Hello, welcome to Online Seller UK podcast. My name is Prabhat, and we've been doing this Amazon BBC podcast for some time. And today I've got Destaney with me. Destaney is founder and CEO of Amazon AMS. It's an Amazon advertising agency. And today we are talking about video advertising. So welcome to our podcast, Destaney.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be here.
Excellent. So, I think it will be good to introduce yourself. I know I did quite very quick, but if you want to talk about what you've been doing these days and just anything really, that'll be good.
Perfect. I can do that. So my name is Destaney Wishon. I'm co-founder and CEO of Better AMS. We're an Amazon advertising agency. I have personally been working in this space for around 4 years now. I initially got started on the vendor side of the business. So I was working with some of the really large CPG vendors in the space, kind of transitioned over to the private label side. And now I do a combination of both. So every single person in our agency focuses solely on Amazon advertising, and we kind of have a focus on all the new ad types and just really scaling the on-platform presence. It's getting much more competitive out there. So we try to do all the little things that can give us kind of a competitive advantage.
Okay, excellent. So it's good to talk to someone who is just specialist in advertising side, really. And I've been following on the LinkedIn and the tips you've been sharing for some time. It's really good. So keep doing what you're doing on LinkedIn.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, excellent. So video advertising, I think this is something pretty new to most of the people in Amazon advertising space. So just walk us through what it is. How does it work?
Yeah, of course. So as a high level, video and search is an ad type that has been rolled out to sponsored brands. So you do have to have brand registry, but all you have to do is go to create a campaign and click on sponsored brands. And then once you're within the sponsored brands, you'll see the opportunity to create a video and search campaign. Now, what's really unique about this ad type is, unlike the rest of sponsored brands, you're only able to advertise one ASIN. So if you guys are making videos for right now, you can only have one ASIN in that ad. Now in the future, it's been rumored that they're going to roll out the opportunity to create a video ad that drives to, a landing page like traditional sponsored brand ads or a store page. But for right now, that's all we have. Other cool things about it is it takes up a really large portion of the middle of search. So if you type in, cat food, dog food, scroll down to the middle of the page, you're going to see a really large video ad there typically. It's still keyword targeting and it's still a cost per click model. So you're just paying whenever someone clicks on your ad, not when they view it.
Okay, excellent. So, just talk us through, you mentioned about CPC. Do you think the cost per click more, is it a lot higher than traditional, well, I call it traditional now, but word kind of advertising? Is it expensive than that?
It is not for right now. So I would say on average, we're seeing cost per clicks that are probably under $1 for most sellers that are in really niche categories. Some competitive categories, of course, it's going to be a little bit higher. If you're selling biotin or, vitamin C serum, it's probably going to be a little bit higher. But it's pretty cheap right now because it requires a video to run it. So a lot of brands don't actually have videos made specifically for Amazon because there are certain regulations for these video ads. So that's causing them to be really, really cheap. Now, I'll say if you guys don't get up and running and get those video ad history going, it's probably going to get more expensive because for right now, they only show up in one placement on the page. So if you have 10 brands running a video ad, they're going to keep outbidding each other. Hopefully we get more placements, but for right now, it's a little competitive in that sense.
Yeah, it is. So you've just rightly touched base of creating a video itself. It's maybe very complicated for a lot of people. So and also you mentioned about there are certain regulations on that. So talk us through that if you could, please.
Yeah, for sure. The biggest thing I would mention is audio does not start playing immediately. So a lot of people try to focus on audio. They'll have someone speaking about their product or music or something like that. It's traditionally not a good idea because when you scroll down, the video starts playing, but audio's on mute. So when you create a video, don't rely on audio. you can't have certain linkage or anything in your video. Go here, go to your Shopify site. Amazon will say, no, 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 no.
Okay.
And then one of the other really big things that we see is you need to have a strong opening, because the whole point is someone scrolling down the page. You need to have like a really strong opening so they stop scrolling and watch your ad. Those are kind of the biggest things. Now, actual like regulations in terms of link sizing and things, I don't have top of mind, but I can send them your way so we can get them posted under the video if that's helpful on YouTube or something like that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And if you can't do that, just open up a campaign, act like you're going to upload a video, and it'll tell you the regulations.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you mentioned you've been doing video ads for some time now. Do you think it may be a very open question. So anybody in any category should start trying this, or is there any category? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
100%. We're seeing phenomenal results with them. And again, it's because it's cost per click. So if you think about that, that's really powerful. If someone's scrolling down a page and stops and watches your video and then clicks on that video, they probably want to buy it. Most people scroll right past commercials. But since it is cost per click, it's kind of like, why not? If they don't click on it, we don't get charged. But if they do click on it, they probably want to buy. So we've seen all kinds of categories do phenomenal. Now, a good point that you mentioned earlier is like, you have to hire someone typically to have videography. So should anyone do it? Something that we've kind of been recommending is, if you're not in a competitive category, start with the bare minimum. Use something that you ran on Facebook or Instagram, or create a slideshow presentation and screen record. Oh, wow. And if you're not in a competitive category, those can still do really well. If you're in competitive, I'd probably pay to have someone make you a good video, but those are things we're seeing still work well.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see that space, somebody like doing sort of TikTok videos, but maybe.
Well, exactly.
I've not seen it.
Yes, I've had like people reach out to me like, hey, we're running this on TikTok. Do you think it'll work on Amazon? And I'm like, we can test it.
Yeah, why not? Why not, right? So good. So what else we can talk about video advertising? So can we talk about reporting? What's a reporting you can get?
Yep, those are great topics. We do have, minimal reporting with sponsor brands video. You can still log in and see all your keywords, search terms, regular things like that. Okay. So that's there. It's just not fantastic yet. The API for video has been released. And to give you guys some insights on that, sponsor brands video was rolled out in America, fully rolled out, I believe, in October. Right. So last October. And then the API was released for it like 3 months ago. So for everyone who's just relying on software, you definitely need to get in and get these things rolling, because software wasn't able to optimize it for that long of a time. And it's not because of the software, it's because of the API. Another cool thing we can talk about with video ads is it's very much keyword based still. So some people think it's like this really big confusing area because it's a new ad type. It's not. It's like the exact same as your sponsored products. So what you can do is pull your sponsored product search term report, filter by everything that's successful, and put it in a video ad for that product. Okay, that's pretty good. Just target something that's already working, sort of. And then beyond that, it's just bid management. But I will say with video, something that we've been playing around doing is like, let's say I have a video for a purple pin and I'm selling a purple pin. The number one keyword you're going to target is probably purple pin. But beyond that, we found even terms like school supplies or college supplies are doing really well, because we're not getting charged by people that are just randomly window shopping. If they click on their video, they're probably interested. So you can target things that are so top of the funnel with video. Yeah. And are you talking now going towards talking about Amazon DSP and yes, so that's actually something that we've been really kind of interested in, is like the differences in DSP and video. So kind of to give some background for those who aren't familiar, video was released in DSP initially, like probably 2 years ago, maybe longer, probably a lot longer, honestly. But like in search and everything, it was originally on DSP, and then it was rolled out to us. And now we're seeing that DSP video ads are showing up on the product detail page. So if you look at a product and you scroll down, we've seen videos showing up right above the reviews.
Oh, wow.
Which, fingers crossed, I'm hoping they're testing this platform for us, and that sponsored brands video will show up on the product detail page. Because that would be so powerful to be able to run a video on your top competitors like, no, don't buy their product, buy my product. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think there are lots of changes. What I'm amazed by what Amazon is doing, the rapidness of the changes that's coming through. I know, I think it's just before Christmas. No, is it just before Christmas that something broke down, wasn't it? All of the system broke down.
Yes. Like we weren't getting any reporting.
Yeah, that's it. So I think it was just before Cyber Monday, perhaps, or Black Friday, around that time. So the rapidness of changes are really interesting. So what do you think the video ads are going to be? Like we mentioned about multiple sort of things. What else can we expect this year?
This year, I'm hoping for more placements. I think that's going to be the big one. Right now, it's still relatively low impression. So we're talking, hyping up video. Video is amazing. I think we've probably driven like $1 million in sales just with video ads this year.
That's good.
But compared to your sponsor products are still going to make up the majority of your sales just because there's so many sponsor product placements.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed, we get more placements for video. A big one will be being able to take a video and drive to your store page, because that way someone who has multiple products can create a video for all their products. Like, sure. Hey, I have protein and I have pre-workout and I have collagen. Let's create a video for all those and get people to buy all of them. We can't do that right now, which kind of stinks.
Yeah, you've right. It as stores at the moment, it's I wouldn't say not of value, but there is less interest because people don't go there, I would have thought.
And it's hard for a brand. So if you have 20 products, you need to create 20 videos. Versus if we were able to drive to a landing page or a store page, you could create one video with all your products. Mm-hmm. Now, it probably won't perform as well, but it'd be a lot cheaper.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I think it'll be interesting to see this space. So interesting. So I think I've asked whatever I need to ask in terms of what I know of video. So is there anything else? So, just talk us through, is there anything else on the video you want to talk about, or anything else related to advertising that we could?
I'm not sure if there's much else on video. If anyone has any specific questions, I can help answer them. But something that I would like to throw out, and you mentioned, is how many new rollouts we've had and how rapidly Amazon's moving.
Yes.
This can be a major advantage to smaller sellers. Mm-hmm. So I kind of always give this example. I've worked with quite a few large brands who, when a new ad type was rolled out, they were like, it's great, but we don't have the time to launch sponsored display remarketing for 700 SKUs.
Yes.
Which means every small seller out there who only has, 20 SKUs, or they have an agency or more time, is going to be at an advantage, because you're not up against someone spending $2 million a month on Amazon advertising.
Yeah.
So if you have sponsored display views, remarketing, product targeting, category targeting, and then sponsored brands, custom image, sponsored brands, store spotlight, auto campaigns now have close match, loose match, substitutes, complements, all that new shiny stuff that's kind of a pain in the butt to manage. Keep up with it. It gives you an advantage. Yeah.
I think there is a whole loads of topics we need to talk about in future calls. I think what I'd like to talk, I think I'm opening up out there, is talk about how DSP is impacting, how remarketing is impacting the sellers, and I think it will be good to talk to you about that, to have some realistic examples and so on, really. So I think for today, I think we'll have to leave it here. And I'm really grateful that you've talked us through how to start video advertising and how easy it can be. Like tips like, doing your own videos. It's great because not many people can afford to spend money on proper videos and so on. So thank you very much for that. So I think lastly, if there is anybody who wants to get in touch with you, where is the best place to go to, Destaney?
Of course. So if you're just interested in learning more about Amazon advertising, check me out on LinkedIn or on YouTube at betterams.com. And if you're interested in potentially working with us, then you can check out our website at betterams.com. But we typically work with sellers that are truly focused on scaling. So there's kind of some differentiating factors if you can actually book a call on my calendar there, but always feel free to reach out to me.
Okay, excellent. So thank you very much for your time today, and I'll hopefully speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. All the best. Bye-bye.